Okay, we're out at the home of Paul Gleinser and Deborah Marrs, looking at doing some siding work. They were referred by Margaret and Morrison Woods, and told them all about their project, so now they're looking to kind of do the same thing. What we're looking at is basically complete tear-off. We're going back with vertical select Sierra 8. We are doing a 3/4 inch fascia replacement all the way around. And in terms of soffit, we're just going to seal the soffit with the 50-year elastomeric caulking and then paint the soffit. We're not doing Hardie soffit. So starting here on the right side, you can see just got a pretty simple gable end and then 8-foot wall running all the way down. All of this stuff, all these materials are going to be removed, so we will not be responsible for moving anything. Paul already said that he would take care of that for us. There is a shed down here which is going to need some minor disassembly before it can be moved, but we already spoke about that, and Paul will be moving that shed so we have access to do our sidewall work here, and he will take care of all that. The only thing that basically will be here is this AC unit. Everything else will be moved away so we have free access to work. Along the back, they just had really nice Pello windows put in. They didn't retrim them, you know, with really any kind of good wood, so we'd be retrimming that with Hardie anyways. We have one window, a 3-panel slider, and then a 2-panel double French outswing on the right side of that. So this is kind of what we got. All this stuff is coming off back here. Again, 3/4 inch fascia replacement. We do have a couple areas around the door that are some concern. Definitely on one area, not this one, but you can see there's some rot there. But then on this area here, you can actually feel the base plate is rotted out. So we are going to have to do some framing repair. Probably not more than 3 feet by 1 foot high. So nothing major, but I did feel in there. You can see the base plate is completely rotten. So we'll address that as part of the project. And then of course retrimming these doors, the 2-panel outswing and the 3-panel gliding. We will retrim that in Hardie plank. On this arbor here, there's some gusset plates basically holding that to the fascia, and then a couple other brackets, as you can see under here, hopefully with the sun. There you go. So you can see that those brackets are holding it onto the house. We're going to release that from the house, tilt it away, do our 3/4 inch fascia replacement, and then go ahead and reattach the arbor. Coming over here to the right side, same thing basically. Got a gable end, the freeze board in both cases, in all cases, all the way around. Freeze board will be replaced with a 1x2 Hardie. These lattice, there's 3 lattice that are hanging on the wall. We're going to take those down. Actually take those down, the brackets, and then after we do the siding, we will actually reattach the brackets so the lattice can be rehung. We got our electrical box, cable box, all that will be pulled away. We'll side behind it and then reattach all those components there. There are some wires, almost forgot this, there are some wires here. These are all live wires, so we do need to keep these exterior to the wall cavity exposed, and then basically we can just tack back up with, you know, with some U-nails or something. We do have, looks like this is, we do have a hose bib right here, basically, GFI over there, and that's about it. We have one window and one door on the right side that will be retrimmed in the Hardie plank 1x4. And you can kind of see the lattice and the brackets. Those will all be remounted after our Hardie's done. We do have one screen door here that we will have to remove and then reinstall to retrim that with the Hardie 1x4. Otherwise, soffit is pretty good in most cases. Really no issue or concern for that being a problem. So again, we're just going to caulk and seal and then paint, coat the soffit. So you can see what the right side looks like here. Coming around to the front, basically we have the gable over the garage. and we're going to keep that in the same diagonal pattern. So that'll be the same process here, same color, basically just keeping it in a diagonal. We will rewrap both single garage door frames, and then also there's a minor area here where we want to do some mortar repair, just really light mortar repair, probably 2 feet. All the garage door frames will be wrapped, center posts will be wrapped, fascia 3/4 inch replacement all the way around. We got some really bad fascia right up there. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but it's curling away really bad. As Paul said, about the only thing holding the soffit up is the paint. So we'll correct that obviously when we reseal the soffit. And coming around here, we got this wall, basically that will become Hardie plank. We do have, there's a couple cool, Paul created these little boxes. Ouch, that thing's prickly. Woo. Ow. Created these little boxes here. Let's see where the sun's not. It's just 1x6, and created these little housings for these lights. There's 5 of them. We're going to duplicate that same thing in a Hardie 1x6, and then attach for them. So basically, if you can kind of see, that sun makes it hard, but you can kind of see what that light looks like. We're going to do 5 of those for him. On the arbor here, we're not doing anything with this. We'll leave that alone. That was freshly replaced. Those are all 4x cedar, just been painted. They're fine, so we're not going to wrap those in Hardie. Now the last thing over these windows and doors, get out of that sun. You can see there is some diagonal above and below all these windows. So we're going to duplicate that same diagonal look. And we're going to duplicate the color. It's almost kind of like a terracotta-ish kind of color. We're going to keep that same color scheme. We're going to keep this same beige on the siding of the body color. And then on the fascia color, we're going to keep the same brown. So that's going to be our color palette. And then again over the front door, we are going to retrim the front door in Hardie 1x4. It's not brick mold, it's actually 1x4. So we'll kind of duplicate it. Looks like they have a 1x4 with a 1x2 backed up to that. So we'll create that same thing in Hardie plank. And then coming over to the last window, same thing. We got below, got some trim out there, and then above we got a little kind of skirting there, or apron. So that'll all be in the diagonal pattern, same color. Here you can see a good view, another one of those kind of light housings. So that's pretty much the scope of work. Again, we will not be responsible for, especially on the left side, removing all of those materials. That will be done by Paul. On the right side, we are removing the brackets for the 3 lattice. And everything else should be pretty straightforward. So Paul, Deborah, we really appreciate you guys calling us for the project, and we look forward to providing you with a great experience. Thanks so much.